this is Tyler's Trail Rides. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the DJI Neo. This is a $200 drone from DJI, and it can fly itself autonomously and do a bunch of controls that are great for vlogging, as well as you can hook it up to an FPV goggle to get yourself a budget FPV experience. I've been having a ton of fun flying this. It's super durable, it can do tricks, it can fly by itself. So let's get right into it. We're going to be starting with unboxing the Neo. We also have the N3 goggles and the Motion 3 controller. This drone is $200. These goggles are $220. Then another $100 for this controller, and you have one of the most versatile entry-level drones on the market. Starting off with the Neo. No, that's terrible. Each battery has a flight time of about 17 minutes, and it can do a max height of 2,000 meters. Also, in the box, so you get 3 batteries with the Fly More bundle. One of them comes pre-installed on the drone. Also, in the package, you get 2 replacement rotors, a little screwdriver, and a quick start book. Next up, DJI RC Motion 3. This is a motion controller, and it's got a pretty good weight to it. These all feel clicky. Steer it something like that. And the last thing we're going to be unboxing is the goggles N3. These are the 1080p affordable pair that DJI offers. They make a more expensive pair, but it doesn't really make sense when you're pairing it with a drone like that. These will allow us to control the drone in FPV. So as we see here, these are pretty bulky. The battery is back here, and we have this knob to tighten and loosen the straps. We're taking the first look on the inside of the headset. They feel pretty light, to be honest. Nice quality. They have like a little joystick up here. Looks like there is a micro SD slot. That way, you can put a memory card directly into this headset and record. Along with that, there is a lens protector, reusable. It's a little dark for me to be taking it out tonight, but let's fast forward to future Tyler. So yesterday, I got to try this drone out for the first time, but it was very windy, so I didn't fly for very long, and I didn't get that much experience. I basically just did the tutorial. So what we're gonna do is we're going to test out some of the features. This is a Fly More package, and it tells you how charged each of the batteries are. So we're gonna use this one. And before use, you gotta pop this little cover off. To turn on any of the DJI equipment, you hit the power button once, and then you hold it down for a couple seconds. And she's alive.
Circle, rocket.
So there's settings here.
Direction track. Follow.
And we're just gonna try these. I'm connecting my DJI Neo to the DJI Fly app. I'm just gonna hit the start button on the app.
3, 2, 1.
And it's in follow mode. So you can see the drone is tracking me. And if I walk around, it should follow me. As you can see, the built-in tracking is quite good. I'm planning on testing to see if it can keep up with my e-bike at some point. Now, we're going to try the rocket mode, which should send it straight into the sky.
3, 2, 1.
DJI claims that the Neo can take off from your palm at least 20 times on a single battery for getting shots like these. As you can see, just going up and up and coming back down. I really like how this drone can fly itself unmanned as well as in first person mode. I'll be showing you how that works later on in this video. And you can just catch it right in your hand. It's pretty cool. Let's try circle out.
3, 2, 1.
These automated modes are super helpful for people like me who run their channels completely solo. No cameraman needed. See? It's kinda cool. And it just comes back to you, you put your hand out, and you catch it. It's so cool. I love it. Next, we're gonna turn this bad boy back off, and we're gonna swap out the battery for a nice fresh one. I know we didn't use a lot of that one, but we might as well. My hands are cold. It is cold out here in Connecticut. It's actually been snowing all morning, but we're still out here flying drones. Could be out on a bike, but be a little cold for that. Now, we're gonna be taking the DJI goggles and 3, putting these on, press the power button once, hold it on till it beeps, remove the protector, and that thing is coming on. Once you have that on, you want to turn on your drone. One button, then hold, and then we're gonna do the same to turn on the motion controller. Let me position this. Then I am going to throw on this headset. Double tapping the orange button turns on the propellers. Once it's running, you just hold down the button and it will take off into flight. And then for controls, they're pretty simple. The controls are pretty simple. Holding down the trigger slightly will allow you to turn the drone by turning your wrist. Holding the trigger fully down will make it fly forwards, and releasing it will make it stop. We're just gonna try some proximity stuff. Ooh, that's a pull. This was one of the first times I had ever flown a drone, so please forgive me for my terrible flying skills. Oh, we bonked it. We gotta go get it. Despite me crashing, it's gonna let me take off from where I crashed, I think. We are back in the air. What you see here is exactly what I see in the headset. It has all of the information, like the mode that you're in, how fast you're moving, the battery percentage, as well as your connection to both the controller and the satellites. The way this drone flies is quite confidence inspiring, and it keeps asking you to push yourself to the limits of your flying. Oh. Oh. I have a feeling my DJI care is going to be very helpful for this because we seem to be crashing a lot. As we can see, Seems to be completely fine. That's one perk of having a lightweight drone. I will say, the drone feels quite agile, but I am no means an expert in flying this, as you can tell from my repeated crashes. But the only way you really learn is by doing. So I'm just gonna fly this thing around and try and get some seat time in the air. I currently have the drone in normal mode, which makes it go 8 meters a second, but you can also switch it into sport mode, which allows it to go 16 meters per second. There is also a full manual mode that allows you to double your speed again, but I also have not tried that yet. Despite crashing twice, I was starting to build my confidence, so I started flying it a little bit farther away, until this happened. Oh, what is it doing? Oh. This is what we call a flyaway incident, and I didn't think all that much about it until it happened to me a second time on the same day. On both occasions, the drone started accelerating rapidly and leaning to the left side and stopped responding to any inputs that I tried to put into it. I thought there might be something defective with my unit, but when I looked online, it looks like other people are having issues with this drone as well. But luckily this drone is quite durable, so if you are able to recover it, it doesn't seem to take much damage. After those 2 flyaway crashes, I decided to move down to another part of the park that had less people, so it was less likely for me to take someone out with a runaway drone. I was a little worried about putting the drone back into the air, but I still had to test a couple more important features for this video. And we're flying with the motion controls. I do briefly want to talk about the motion controller for the DJI Neo. I find it incredibly intuitive to fly. I felt like I was in control of the drone, except for when it flew away, basically the entire time, and I think that anybody could pick this up and fly a drone. And while we're talking about the other accessories besides the Neo, I also want to mention that the headset is actually quite light and comfortable. Yes, you can tell it's a little bit more budget when you're wearing it, but it doesn't take away from the fact that you get absolutely immersed with flying this drone around. That being said, I had not brought this drone up to any kind of heights, so I wanted to test how high up it would go here. I didn't reach the 500 meter limit, that is the legal flight height for a drone, and I certainly didn't bring it up to the 2,000 meters, which is the max height that this drone is quoted to be able to do. I was also pretty worried of bringing it any higher than this because it was extremely windy, and this little tiny drone, while being super nimble, is not the best when it comes to being pushed around by the wind. As you can see, this budget drone has quite a fantastic camera. You can get a cinematic bird's eye view just by releasing the trigger and having it hover high up in the air. Then, when you get bored, you can just squeeze down that trigger, dive straight out of the sky, and then zoom straight past obstacles in your first-person view. And I really want to recommend this drone, but with those flyaway issues, it's really hard to recommend. I like basically everything about this drone. I like the size, I like how it feels, I like its price. Basically everything is awesome about it. But the fact that it might fly away and you might never see it again, that's not good. You can buy the DJI Care refresh plan for like $38 for 2 years, and that will cover 2 flyaway drones, but it's like an $89 fee every single time you lose this drone, and man, that's just it puts it really in a bad spot. So do I recommend this drone? It's a yes, but a hesitated yes. You see, I like that it can do autonomous things. I like how it can do FPV. I like how it can even do tricks, which I didn't really show in this video, but I will in a different one. But they need to fix this. This is a huge issue, and it makes me unconfident to take this out into places that drones are really meant to go. Places that you can't go, you know? So, take this review as you will. I bought this drone with my own personal money, so DJI had absolutely no say in anything that I said in this video. And if you liked reviews like this, remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below. It helps out my channel a ton, and I try to post every week. Sometimes bi-weekly, but I want to make sure that I bring you guys good videos and not garbage. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and you'll be seeing more of this drone in my riding videos, provided it doesn't smash itself into a wall or throw itself into a lake. But anyways, catch you on the next one.